introduction part. So, yesterday we discussed about some of the things like some history of the HANA and versions, and so some of the capabilities of the HANA we discussed yesterday. So today let's discuss about the some of the important things about the HANA installation requirements. Before that, so what is the difference between the HANA 1.0 and 2.0? This is what yesterday we discussed. The difference between so what is the difference between HANA 1.0 and 2.0 concept here? HANA, the 2.0 concept here. So why SAP implemented 1.0 the initially, then after that they go for the 2.0. So that's the versions they have implemented here in the market. Yesterday we have seen, right? So what is 1.0 and 2.0 here? So 1.0 is like a single container. One means single container. Two means multi-container here. Single container and multi-container concept here. Single and the multi-container concept they have released into the market here. One single and multi-container here. Right? So that is the single. Single means when you install the HANA database, so then on top of the operating system, this is the operating system. If they install the HANA database, they will get only one database, right? That is the normal behavior. If you install the one software, one database, then you will get only one HANA DB you will get here, right? On top of the operating system here. But when it comes to the HANA 2.0, the main difference is the multi-container. In the same operating system, when you install the HANA database, you will get the one system DB and you will get the one tenant DB also, one system DB and one tenant DB you will get here. Both you will get here. One system DB and one tenant DB you will get here, right? So system DB. So it's a multi-container concept, which means two databases you will get when you install the HANA 2.0. When you install the HANA 1.0, you will get only one database here. But whereas in HANA 2.0, you will get the two databases here. One is the SDB, means system DB. Second one is the tenant DB concept. With the tenant DB concept, so we have the one more database will be created here, right? So only two, but default only two. Then later, if you want to install the one more tenant, you can install it. 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 Which means based upon the order, so based upon the limitations, so you can install the up to 19 tenant databases. You can create it on the one host here. So simply say HANA 1.0 is HANA 1.0 is like a independent house concept. HANA 2.0 is like a apartment concept. So in 150 square hertz, if you build the one's independent house, only one house, then one family can stay inside of the house, right? So suppose here when you in 150 if you start if you in 150 square hertz, if you build the one apartment, in that apartment there are the multiple families, each floor one family. So like that, multiple families can stay in each and every floor, right? The same concept here in one host. If you install the HANA 2.0, by default, you will get the G plus 1. Means what ground floor, one first floor. Means ground floor is called the system DB, first floor is called the tenant DB here. Then later, based upon the requirement, you can install the one more tenant, 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 up to 19 floors except G plus 1. So 19 floors, which means total 20 tenant databases, total in one host, 20 tenant databases plus one system DB. You can create it here. We can create it here. But by default, you will get the one system DB and one tenant DB you will get here. One system DB and one tenant DB you will get from when during the installation time here. Okay, so this is the main difference between the HANA 1.0 and HANA 2.0 differences here, right? So only one system here. You have the two systems you will get from SAP. Two systems you will get from two databases you will get from SAP. One is the system DB, tenant DB, and second, this is the, there is no concept of the system DB, tenant DB. This is a mandatory to install the, it will be installed automatically during the installation time. So it will not ask any confirmation also. Then it's a multi-container concept. Simply in the database language, this is a single container. This is the multi-container here. Single container, and this is the multi-container here. It's a multiple databases, right? That's why it's a multi-container here. So then one more difference here. There is a persistency layer format metadata. So here, this both are included in the HANA 1.0. Here, the persistency layer format and the metadata are separated in the 2.0. So these are the three main differences here. Here in HANA 1.0, these two are included in the HANA databases. These two are included in the HANA database. When it comes to the HANA 2.0, so these two are so divided. These two are divided in the HANA 2.0 concept here. HANA 2.0. So so metadata, the persistency layer. Persistency layer means so OS level data folder and log folder. These two are separated. Data folder and log folder got separated here. So and here only it is included. This got separated. So if someone asks you the main difference between the HANA 1.0, 2.0 means it's a multi-container concept. It's a multi-container concept. You can tell it here, which means single container, multi-container, multiple databases we can install on top of the so one system to be like that we can explain here. Okay, so that is the major differences between the single container and the multi-container concept here. Okay, so that is the one thing here. So the next one here. So that's what we have. So okay, 2.0 and system DB, tenant DB. Then what is the system DB and what is the tenant DB here? System DB is the base one. Base one means it will handle the all the tenants. Means in the apartment ground floor we have the system DB and remaining floors we have the tenants. So what the ground floor means, normally the owners will stay on the ground floors, right? The owners will control the all the tenants, right? That's why we have the tenant DBs. So owners will control the all the tenant DBs. If we want to do something from the system, so tenants, then via system DB only we have to do it. If we want to stop the tenant databases via system DB, we want to change the parameters via system DB. If we want to take the backup via system DB, if we want to restore it via system DB, if we want to delete, we want to drop, we want to do something via system DB only we have to do it. So system DB is only do the administration activities of the system DB itself, as well as the tenants also it will control it here. But actual data stores into the tenant DB only. Actual data stores into the tenant DB only here. So to perform the HANA installation requirements. So what is required here? HANA installation requirements here. Requirements. So HANA is a combination of the software and hardware requirement here. Combination of the software and hardware requirement here. To perform the HANA installation, when it comes to the hardware requirement here, so there is a operating system. What type of operating systems? Then memory. So how much memory is required for the HANA? Then how many CPUs are required? What are how many file systems we required? So file systems we required here, right? What is the network bandwidth here? So this and all the comes under the hardware, right? So coming to the OS operating system. So operating system here, what is the OS we required means here, this is a Linux, either SUSE Linux or the Red Hat Linux are required. Yeah, SUSE Linux or Red Hat Linux operating systems are required to install the HANA database. Only Linux operating systems we need to get some exposure on the Linux operating systems. Why? Because HANA can be installed only on the Linux operating systems, right? So then here, so you should know some commands about the Linux operating systems, how to operate it and all those things. Those commands also we will discuss here, right? So then memory, how much memory is required here? HANA database. Why? Because HANA is the one of the business database. All your finances, business, the banking sector databases, each and every data, business data, each and everything will store into the database level itself only in the form of tables. Especially that is the HANA database. It's a columnar, column store database. It will store the data in the columnar way. So it will store the data into the columnar way. That is the reason. So here, so here main memory is required. Why? Because HANA is the in-memory column-oriented columnar database. So here, so we require the more memory. Then how can I calculate the memory here? So the memory calculator, so we can calculate based upon the tools here. It is a fresh installation. We can use the SAP Quick Sizer tool. There is a tool that is called the Quick Sizer tool. We can do it. The second one is the DB script. Using the DB script, suppose if you are, it's a brown field, if you are migrating the database from the one database to another database means one database size, if you know, then you will come to know the what is the target DB size also. Why? Because so one database size, if you know migration time, then using the reports we can find out, and also we can find out using the so the above reports also. Above reports means that is called the slash SDF. In SA38, we can execute this one HDB, the sizing report. If you execute it, then we will come to know how much RAM is required for your HANA databases here. This is the SAP Quick Sizer tool is the benchmark tool. It is the one of the web-based tool here. So we can just provide the details and everything. Then we can get the how much memory is required, how much RAM is required first of all, right? Then DB scripts are above scripts. These 2 and 3 are for the so brownfield migration. Brownfield migration means in case of you are migrating existing database from the non-HANA databases to HANA database. That time, so this two reports, 2 and 3 will be helpful to do that one. But if you are doing the fresh installation, SAP Quick Sizer tool will give you the exact results. So how much RAM you required for HANA databases, that will give you the some information here. That will give you the some informations here. Okay, it is called the SAP Quick Sizer tool here. Then the next one is the CPU. How many CPUs are required here? Next one is the CPUs here. CPU sizes here. CPUs means so based upon the RAM size, you will get the CPUs here. Based upon the RAM size, you will get the CPUs here. So means how many CPUs we required? Why? Because CPU memory there is a ratio, right? So this is there is a ratio. Ratio means here. So one CPU will handle the 14 GB of RAM memory, 14 GB of the RAM memory here. 1 GB, one CPU will handle the 14 GB of the RAM memory here. Two CPUs, so 28 GB. So like that, so one CPU, so 14 GB. This is the on-premises, on-premises. The cloud level, the ratio will be changed here. 1:14 now. Now, when it goes to the cloud level, 1:7 or 1:8, like that, it will change it here. Now we will call it as the physical CPUs, physical CPUs. When it goes to the so cloud level, then it will go to the virtual CPUs concept here. Virtual CPUs concept here. HANA database we can install on the HANA premises, as well as we can also install on the cloud side also we can install it. Cloud means your cloud means either AWS cloud or Azure. We have the multiple cloud infrastructure providers, right? So like AWS, Azure, so and AWS, Azure, GCP, SAP, IBM Cloud, Alibaba Cloud. There are the many cloud providers are there. Any cloud providers you can install the here. And hardware, your respective hardware vendor, certified hardware vendors only. So certified the hardware vendors only we have to install it, like so HP, so Lenovo, so Dell, so IBM. So they're the who just to there are the multiple certified hardware vendors here. So when you go to the here, when you go to the just type like HANA certified hardware vendors directory. If you go with here, you will get the list of hardware vendors here, right? So here you will come to know the what are the hardwares HANA will supported here. Means HANA will support only certified hardware vendors only, right? The supported Intel systems, platforms. Suppose if I take the vendors, you see here, we see the vendors here, Alibaba, Cisco, EMC, Datacore, Dell, Atas, Hitachi. These all are the hardware vendors who will provide the hardware to us. If you need hardware, Lenovo, then Lenovo hardware, Hitachi, there are multiple hardware providers are there. So they will arrange the hardwares and hardwares to the customers and everything here, GCP, IBM Cloud. So there are the multiple vendor hardware providers are there. So they will arrange the hardware vendors and everything here. And CPUs. See, CPUs also the Intel CPUs, Intel, so IBM power machines and everything here. Here, the mainly the CPU side, the CPU 1 is to 14 ratio. But what is the CPU model here? Intel Haswell CPUs or ICV CPUs we have to use it. Means Intel latest version of the CPUs and everything we have to use it here. If you see it here, latest CPUs here, Intel CPUs architecture. The memory sizes, so you can 32 terabyte. So up to 248 GB to so for 32 terabyte, 32 terabyte of hardware's memories sizes. Means HANA support up to 38 terabyte also HANA support here. Means 30 terabyte RAM size. It's not the disk space. So 32, 30. So it will support it here. 32 terabyte also it will support it here. So that is the RAM size here. So right. So hardware vendors and CPU architecture wise here we need to use the CPU architecture side here. Intel CPUs we have to use it here. Intel CPUs wise we have to use it here. Right. So then one CPU will handle the 14 GB of RAM memory. If you take the on-premises like physical CPU, suppose if you same CPU, if you take it out, so in the cloud, one CPU will handle the 7 GB of RAM memory. 7 GB RAM memory, it will handle it here. Right? It is a 14 GB, it is a 7 GB of RAM memory, it will handle it here. Intel, so as well CPUs, it will handle it here. Right? So that is the main thing here. Then, so file systems. What are the list of file systems? It will handle it here. List of file systems here. Right? So once you got the RAM size, based on that, how many CPUs also we will come to know here. Suppose your RAM size is like a so suppose like we got the 256 GB. Example, RAM size we got a 256 GB. Then 256 by 14. Then how many which will come? Then that many RAMs we required here. If you go to the calculator here, so then 256 divided by 14 GB of RAM memory. Then, so you need the 18 CPUs are required for the 256 GB RAM memory. So you need the 18 CPUs here. Suppose if I take the, so 1 terabyte RAM, then you require the, how many CPUs you required? Then 73 CPUs are required. 73, 72 CPUs are required for the 1 TB of the RAM memory here. 1 TB of the RAM memory, you require the, so 73 CPUs are required here. That is the main thing here. So if you know the RAM size, we will get the how many CPUs we required, we will come to know. Then how can I get the RAM size? Based upon the your data size, how many number of users, your business data flow. Maybe functional team will give you the so here some we need some inputs from the functional team. When you are using the SAP Quick Sizer tool, we need some details from the functional team like what is the data flow size, object size, and everything is done that we will get the memory size. Then we will come to know here. So right, once we got the memory size, then we will come to know the file CPUs. Then we will come to know the file system also here. Coming to the file system sizes here, as per SAP, this is very important. Why? Because this and all the architects will do. Architects will procure the hardware and everything. Company sales team, they will procure the hardwares and everything. They will take care of that person. That's fine. But here what we need to know about the file systems here. How many types of file systems we required here. Coming to the file system side here, we require the file systems of the root. Root is the one of the file system which we required here, right? The Linux level we will call it as the root. Then, USR SAP is the one of the file system, separate mount point we required. And slash and a data. Then slash and a log folder. Then slash and a shared folder. So, right? And also, then operating system level folders like slash where, slash then slash home, then slash log, then slash swap. So these are the OS level, OS file systems, OS specific file systems. This is one of the frequently asked question. On the time of interview, this is a frequently asked question here, right? So what are the specific file systems we required? Means we will not create anything. We will request our operating system team to create these things here, operating system team to create these things here. So that's why we need this type of file systems are required. Root, USR SAP, slash on a data, slash on a log, slash on a shade, where, temp, home, log. Suppose like if I talk about the Windows level, we have C, program files, Windows. So these many things are there, right? So here we go to the C, here we have the many folders are there, right? C, personal, program, and Windows. So like that, how we have the file system structure. Linux also we have this file system structure will come here, right? So Linux operating systems. These are the HANA specific file systems. This file, this four, and remaining all are the OS specific file systems here. Root is common, and remaining all are the OS operating system specific file systems here, right? So file system is okay, but then how much space is required here? How much space is required here, right? So root is the 10 GB we required here. Then USRSAP 50 GB is required here, right? Free space. Then slash na data 3 into the RAM size we required here. Then slash na log, so it's like a 0.5 into RAM size, means 1 by 2 of the RAM size here. The RAM size is the 50 GB, then 25 GB. Your RAM size is the 100 GB, 50 GB. RAM size is the 1 terabyte, then 512 GB. So our max 512 GB free space is required for the slash and a log. Then this is required the 1 into RAM size. That's why these calculations are important, especially for the file systems. These formulas they may ask you sometimes here. So how much space you required? Suppose the 1 terabyte of RAM, how much space you propose to your operating system team to do this one, right? So based upon we have the SAP thumb rule, based upon the calculation, root is the 10 GB, ESR SAP is the 50 GB, then slash and data is the 3 into RAM size, slash and data, slash and log, slash and shade, and so these are the normal, our own things, 20 GB, 30 GB, we can give to the HANA, like Linux file systems here. But the HANA specific file systems, how much space you allocate here, right? 10 GB, 50 GB, then 3 into RAM size. Suppose 3 into RAM size means, so 3 into your RAM size is the 1 terabyte, then, so you require the 1 TB, 3, no, 3 TB free space is required at OS level. Then here, so here the max 0.5 into RAM size, which means 1 TB is your RAM size. Then here, so 512 GB, right? So 512 GB is the free space is required here. Then 1 into RAM size, then 1 TB shared folder size here. So which means, so here 3 TB, 4 TB, 4.5, 4.5, 4.6560, 4.570, then so 4.570, then if you take the 10 GB by 70, then 500 GB almost, okay, 500, sorry, 5 TB, sorry, okay, 5 TB, right? So around 5 TB free space is required for your file systems. 5 TB free space is required. Suppose the RAM size is the 1 terabyte, then you require the 5 TB free space, free storage is required at operating system level. At operating system level, you need 5 TB free space, free storage is required, right? So that is what we required here. That is what we have required here, right? These are the file systems and CPU, memory, and operating systems. And so hardware side, certified hardware vendors only we have to do the installation here. Certified hardware vendors we have to do the installations here. Okay, these are the HANA hardware requirements here, right? Here, in very important thing is the file systems calculation is very important, right? These are all the general recommendations, general. So you will get from here, right? These are the HANA hardware requirements. So when it comes to the HANA software requirement here, HANA software requirement, what are the softwares we required? HANA is a combination of the hardware and the software requirement here. When it comes to the HANA, the software requirement here. So one is so what is required software side? When you are installing the HANA database, what is required? SAP HANA DB is required. The second one is the SAP HANA DB is required. And second one is the SAP HANA client is required. Then we require the add-ons and the plugins. Add-ons and the plugins are required here. So these are the optional. You have the requirement, you can install the additional features. Add-ons and plugins are like a additional feature, same as like SAP Spam and Saint. So same as here. So if you have additional functionalities, additional requirement, then you can install the add-ons and plugins. If you don't have that much of functionalities, then you can use the normal standards here. But mandatory, you need the HANA database software and HANA client is required. HANA DB software and HANA client is required here, right? These are the comes under the HANA software requirement here. Then these are the comes under the HANA hardware requirement here. Certified hardware vendors. Certified hardware vendors are required here. This is the HANA installation requirements. It's clear? Any questions, anyone? So now I will hardware side. Yeah, yes, please. Okay. So now hardware side is that is the OS team will take care of this parts. Actually, we don't involve any team, anyone, anywhere here. The only thing is these calculations are very important here. So they will ask you sometimes how much space is required for slash in a data, log, shared folders, what are the file systems you require. They will ask these questions. Then that time we may have to answer this one. That's why Anna this one. And also the software side, how to software side here. So what are the softwares you required and how to download the softwares and everything here, right? The software side here, the software side. So we require the HANA software requirement side. We need to go to the service marketplace. How to download the softwares here? Either any one of the SAP softwares, we have to go to the service marketplace here. Service marketplace or so same site only me.sap.com here, which means service marketplace. You can go to the service marketplace here. So there in the service marketplace here. So if something wrong here, sorry, go to the S user ID and go to the S user ID and password, then download center. We can download the all the patches, softwares, and everything here. Okay. So, but it's required the S user ID. This S user ID will be provided by the your organization. When you join the organization, your company will provide you the all the details here. Company will provide you the all the details here, right? That is the main thing here. So here, what we can do if I go to so now let's go to the service marketplace, right? I will show you how to download the softwares from the service marketplace here. Go to the service.sap.com here.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, can we take a SAP license by speaking with SAP organization for practice? I mean, like for maintaining the systems and all. Not for
Maintain
an organization, just for this one, practice purpose.
practice purpose, you cannot take the license from SAP.
Hmm.
Practice purpose means what license you
I
require?
mean, this one for installations and all, uh, for
No, as
like,
a organization, we need to contact SAP, but
oh,
individually, if you contact SAP, not sure whether they will provide you they need, actually, you need the S user ID. Okay.
hmm.
So the S user ID will be provided by the organization. So then only you will get the installation softwares and ETC licenses and everything. So based on that, but not sure whether they will provide it or not. But that I'm not sure actually. That one. So here you need to log into the me.sap.com, and here you have the software download center here. In the software download center here, so you can download the all your SAP softwares, including SAP products or including an ANA related, TV database related, all the things you can download it from here. Right? Hardware side that is fine. Your OS team will help you to procure the hardware and everything that you no need to worry, but software side which we have to download. Why? Because we are the application team, we are the DB team, so the DB related things we should know here, right? That is the reason you can go to the installation and upgrades or support pack and patches or databases here, right? Databases side here, where we have the other databases like SQL Server, Oracle, MaxDB, Sybase. We are the member of database in the market. In that, we have the HANA database. HANA database is the SAP. Then you can see it in the installation. We are doing the installation of the HANA database. Then installation and upgrades. So click on the just expand the by alphabetical index here. Why? Because all the SAP softwares they have arranged in a order wise, the alphabetical order wise here. So go to the by alphabetical order, then go to the H for HANA software here. H for HANA. HANA means H for HANA. So which means high performance. So HANA is the main full form is like a high performance analytical appliance here. High performance analytical appliance here. So then go to here, just scroll down, then HANA platform edition, right? So we have the license only platform edition. We have the three types of editions: HANA platform edition, enterprise edition, and extended enterprise edition here. Three editions here. So platform edition. Platform editions means if you just expand the platform edition here, so this is a 2.0 HANA 2.0 installation you are doing. Then let's go to the here. Then download the latest version of the HANA database software here. So HANA 2.5 or 2.7. So 2.0 is there. So the 2.7 is the latest version. Means HANA 2 SPS 07 is the latest version that you can download from the service marketplace. That we can download from the service marketplace here. HANA 2.0 here. Right? So these things we have there here. HANA 2.0 we have here. Okay. So that is the thing we have. So this is the HANA 2.0 SPS 07 here. So this way, just if we click it, it will download all the files, add-ons, plugins, studio, everything. It will download it. Otherwise, we want to go with so instead of this one, I want to download the individually. That is a zip file. Will download it. They'll go to the support pack and patches here by alphabetical index here. Just click on the H for HANA. So then H for HANA, then platform edition. So it means this customer has only license on the platform edition only. Then platform edition here. So then you can see the all the plugins, all the other tools, AFL client, HANA client, then HANA database. Right? Here we have the 0507 06432. So like that we have the 02 HANA, the IMDB server 20 means 2.0, 24, which means SPS 02, SPS 03, SPS 04, 06, 7, 5. So we have the multiple things are there here. HANA 2.0. See here. So 2.0, 2.0, 2.0, 2.0. You have the multiple things are there here. You can download any one of the file here. HANA related all the softwares, they will make it as a .sar file, .sar. HANA related anything will start with the IMDb underscore server, IMDb underscore plugin, IMDb underscore client, IMDb underscore cockpit, anything. So it starts with the IMDb underscore here, right? So here it is only available on the Linux only here. So which means HANA we can only install on the Linux operating systems, Linux operating systems only, right? That is the one here. Okay. So now we can only install on the Linux operating system only. So that is the download. Just we click it, it will be downloaded HANA software here. Then same as like client, HANA client software. Same as like HANA client, we can download the HANA client as well. So that is the HANA softwares and the client softwares we can database softwares and so remaining softwares we can download it here. Okay. So this is the how to download the HANA softwares and the clients here, right? So this is the way. So we need to go to the me.sap.com. So means service marketplace. Here all the SAP softwares, everything is available. Normally you require the here you to log into the see here we require the S user ID that will be provided by the company here. The company provided email S user ID we need to log in. Then based upon the license, you need to go to the platform edition or anywhere. This here version is different, but here the list of softwares are more. If you go to the extended version, the softwares are more here. The folders are more here. Why? Because you will get lot of licenses here. Here you will go to only the platform edition standard license you will get from SAP here. That is called everybody will use the standard one only. That is called the platform license. They will use it here. So that is the common here. Okay. So this is the way we need to download it, and those are the hardware requirement here. So HANA installation, to preparation for the HANA installations, what we required is one of the Linux OS, right? That is required. Then memory, CPU, file systems, all the things are required. All the things we will get it out. But HANA installation can be done using HDB LCM tools. These are the tools, HANA database lifecycle management tools here. These tools we will get from SAP. So in the HANA 1.0 SPS 10 onwards, we will get these tools, HDB LCM tools we will get from SAP. So HDB LCM tools we will get in HANA 1.0 SPS 10 onwards we will get here. Okay. So this is the thing here. Okay, so HANA 1.0 SPS 10 onwards. So we can see these tools are available. We can do the installation. But only thing is we need to download the softwares. The file system should be ready. We can use the one of them. Before that, you should know about the HANA some of the Linux commands, how to log into the Linux operating systems. And today I will whoever already having the user IDs, you can use it. So the gem server and the Linux box who don't have the user IDs. So you are already having the access to the my gem server like this one, this IP 49206, this IP who are having already, you can use just log in here and so here you can just open the Putty. Putty is the one of the tool where you can log in. Putty is the tool you can use this tool to log into the Linux operating systems here. Through Putty we have to log in. Why? Because Windows we have to use the MSTSC and everything. But Putty is the tool, is the one of the OS level tool. We can use it. Just you can type the host name is like a KPS4 HANA is our Linux tool. Just you can log into the here password. Then here we need to operate via this one. Via this one, we have to operate it here. Means the Linux operating system, we have to operate via commands here. Via commands, we will operate it here. Via commands, we will operate it. The Linux operating system where we have to via commands only, we have to operate it here. Okay, so this is the main thing here. Okay, via commands we need to operate it. So putty commands. So tomorrow let's Today I will create the access. Who don't have access, just ping me. So I will create the access for you guys so that you can log in. Then we can practice it here. Who are already having the access, just you can log into the Linux operating systems. So and see it here. Tomorrow we'll discuss about the Linux administration side. But because then only you can understand, you can operate the Linux operating system. You can understand the Linux operating system. Then we can start the HANA installation, then followed by the other administration topics. Those are the very important. HANA installation, then other administration topics are very important here. These pre-steps and all, preparation activities, softwares and all. So anybody can tell this one. These five types, if you remember it, that's fine. 1.0, 2.0 differences here. Then these file systems and software requirements. So this is fine here. Okay. These are the things are required here. Okay. So whoever don't have access to the gem server, just ping me. I can create the user ID in the gem server. You can log in there. You can use the putty. Then putty details, I will share it. What do you have to enter it in the here? Then what to do that I will share it. But who don't have access, just